What's up, everyone? This is the Next Tape podcast with Mikel and
Tanyka.
where we have conversations on different topics. So on today's episode, we're gonna be talking about our monthly series for September 2025 on based on what we watch on Netflix. That's pretty much what we're gonna do. Me and Tanika are gonna basically uh pick our movies and or shows that we watch in September and tell you guys what we're going to tell you, I guess.
Yeah.
Tanika?
Yeah. Yeah, we're just gonna be doing what we normally do. Kind of pinpoint, 2 or 3
Mhm,
um things that we watched and kind of talk about that a bit more. And then if
mhm,
we have honorable mentions that we want to
mhm,
say,
mhm.
and then we'll also talk about what's coming up in October.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Uh, do you want to? Actually, I'll go first. I'll go first.
Okay.
Okay. So I watched a film on Netflix called The 6888. The uh, so it's based on basically during World War II on the
Mm.
U.S. Army only, all black, all women, takes on impossible mission sorting through 3 years, a backlog of 70 million pieces of mail that hadn't been delivered to American soldiers and finished within 6 months. So yeah, it felt like it was really short. It actually is really short. Actually, it's an hour 30 minutes. Yeah, it was a really short film, but it was really good. And it's
Yeah.
the director was played by Tyler Perry. So
Oh,
yeah, it was really
it's a little
good.
different for
Yeah,
him.
yeah, yeah. Really, really good in my opinion. I rated it a 4 out of 5 on Letterbox. Uh, and I was really impressed by it. Um, like I haven't been impressed by uh obviously his media films, but more his like I've been more impressed by his more serious films than his media films. So like yeah. Um, the other film I watched was The Match. Uh, basically the film's about when a legendary Goldmaster loses his title to a one-time friend and protege, he sets out to reclaim it in a high-stakes battle of wit and skill. So basically, one of those like types of movies where the master is the master, and then the master gets outshined by its protege over time.
No, well, yeah, I
Yeah, you
guess.
never
Like,
watch those types of movies?
I guess, but like, not. That's not really my thing. But
No, not really. No. Okay. Yeah, but yeah, I watch like a few of those movies, like but this is done really well. Um, really good. This is basically a Korean movie. So if you ever play Go, I don't want to disrespect the culture of Go, to be honest, but it looks like it's a little bit like chess slash checkers, but you you had those circle things, those black and white circle things, and you put them in the like in the middle of the square. If I'm wrong, let me know, guys.
I mean, that sounds like a game that's. I mean, I think that's a different name than what I remember it as, but
Yeah, yeah. So
I think there was a game, probably that's probably why they don't call it this anymore. There's a game called Othello, which
uh-huh.
was similar to that. It had white and black
Hmm.
pieces, and you
Hmm.
would put them like in a square. I never played it, but it was an older game that my mom had when she was a kid.
Hmm.
So it kind of sounds a little bit like that,
Yeah.
but it's probably why they don't call it Othello anymore because black and white. So
Yeah,
maybe that's it.
yeah, it's well, yeah, like it's yeah, I don't know what to explain it. Basically, Go is referred to an ancient strategic board game where two players place black and white stones on a grid, aiming to surround and capture more empty territory than their opponent. So,
Okay.
um,
Yeah, that kind of sounds like Othello.
yeah,
What I
yeah,
know as Othello. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So that it was a great movie. I love watching like international types of movies. You know, like I love watching something that's different from the West. So like that was another good movie. Uh, Let me see. And I also watch um the Thursday Murder Club, which was
Okay.
interesting and different. That released this year as well. A group of seniors passionate about solving cold case get plunged into a real life murder mystery in this comic crime caper. So image yourself at a nursing home playing, you know, solving uh a murder case, but you finally got like they were playing a murder case, like, a fake murder case, and then they finally got like a real one, just to say that. That's basically the whole premise of the movie. I don't want to spoil it too much. Uh it's a good movie. It's all right. It's really good. It's also what's his name? Pierce was it Bronnan? Is it
Brosman.
Brosnan is in there. So like
Okay.
yeah, he's in there, and then he's with like other actors that I don't know too much. So like yeah, it's a good movie. I rated it 3 stars out of 5. Uh yeah, it's cool. It's cool. And and then the notables Honor Up, which was terrible. That's with Dame Dash with Stacy Dash, and terrible movie.
Why
I
would
just
you
want
watch anything with Stacey Dash in today's world?
I don't know, like
She's gonna get the stuff because she's insane.
yeah, if you guys know who's yeah, I
If you
know.
don't know who Stacey Dash is, Stacey Dash was in Clueless. She was the black
Uh,
girl in Clueless. If you don't know who she is, that's who she
yeah,
is.
yeah, and yeah, and then Cameron was in there. You know, Dipset Cameron.
No.
You don't know who Dipset is? Like hip hop group.
Oh,
Dips,
Dipset.
Dipset.
Isn't he
Yeah,
not he's not a group. Isn't he
yeah.
one person?
He's a solo artist, but Cameron, and then you have Jim Jones, and then you have Jules Santana, and then you
Mm,
have uh,
no, no. I mean, I know who Joe Santana and Jim Jones and those people are not, but Dipset
yeah.
I knew is one person.
No,
So,
it's a group. It's a whole entire group.
well,
The
it
slash
doesn't matter.
diplomats. Yeah. But he's in this film too. He even said was he didn't want to promote the film because he was basically uninvited, but he was forced to be in this movie basically. So
That's weird.
so like yeah, with no script.
Wait, he might, oh, with no script. So
Yeah.
what, like then he's a better agent. Because, like,
He,
why would your agents, like, sign
no,
you up to do this movie with no script?
basically
Gate first.
if you know who Damon Dash is, he used to run a label called Rockefeller with Jay-Z.
Okay.
So yeah, he used to be like, everybody's like favorite entrepreneur back in the day. And nowadays he's just leeching off of like he tries to leech off like the his past artists' fames right now. Like Cameron's doing his own show. Jay-Z is basically a billionaire now. There's like a previous story with him and Jay-Z, how um it's a long story with that. And then yeah, he's just like having like little tiny beefs with like Camera and Jay-Z and etc. blah blah blah. but just because he sounds like a jealous person now based on what he does. And yeah, but yeah, the movie was like, terrible. I was looking for a rating to rate it like 0 point minus 0. That's how terrible it was. Because it was, one of those bootleg type of like gangster movies that you
Yeah.
see. Yeah, it's
That's just
basically
not
the
really a
worst.
thing nowadays.
Y-
Like
There's still
there was a time and place where those were like okay, not
Mhm.
great, but
uh
okay.
Mhm.
That's just not a reality as much today, whereas like you see a lot of movies like that.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah. I do agree because a lot. Yeah, there were some good ones back in the day. There were some good ones.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I mean.
Yeah,
There were good ones back
yeah,
in the
yeah. Yeah.
day, but
But
that was the time and place that
yeah,
they were meant to be in,
yeah,
where
yeah.
it was like a lot of movies, not a lot, but
Hmm.
there were movies like that, and it made sense then.
Hmm.
Now you don't see movies like that. Like I feel like he's
No.
in, in Mean Girls world. I feel like he's just trying to make fetch happen, and it's not going to happen because it's not the
Yeah,
time to be put it doing movies like that.
yeah. No, it's not.
So like with that, and then you also then have freaking Stacey Dash. Like this was meant to fail. So
Yeah. So yeah, this
and
was
this was on Netflix.
no, this was on actually. Sorry, I forgot to mention this was on actually YouTube. It's on for free.
Oh, okay.
It
Oh,
wasn't
for
even
free.
rented. It
See,
was just
there you
it was
go.
just released. It was
There
just
you
released.
go.
I was interested in it because like there's people just saying that like this movie is compared to Godfather or Goodfellas, and
Oh,
I was like, what? I was
come
like, oh, okay,
on.
I gotta see this. So I was like, okay, oh my god,
So okay, so first of all, like I've never watched Goodfellas. I
yeah,
like
that's a
type
great
of like
movie.
mafia type movies are not really my thing,
Not well,
but I never watched
those
Goodfellas. I never watched The Godfather. It's not my
those are high
thing.
those are high quality gangster movies. By the way, those are high
But
quality.
that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
Not just high, it's forget this high quality.
yeah,
They're classics.
yeah.
I'm
That
pretty
too.
sure like Godfather is award winning.
Yes,
Like you are comparing like as much as like I haven't seen these movies, like
yes,
the like Godfather is in the zeitgeist. Like you can't go
yes,
through life and not hear something from the Godfather. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
Like those are those are untouchable movies.
Hmm.
It's like people out here trying to the equivalent of that.
Hmm.
So in my mind, is
Hmm.
like people out here trying to compare Michael Jackson to Beyonce, Taylor Swift, Chris Brown. I'm like, excuse you, that's
Yeah,
untouchable.
yeah, yeah.
You can't touch that.
Hmm.
This is a person who sold out arenas, had people passing out in a safe way,
Yeah,
had people like
yeah,
mm,
yeah,
is selling out records. Like Thriller has not yet been touched.
yeah.
The amount of records that man sold on Thriller alone has not been even touched. Now, the amount of Grammys in a night, yes, that's been hit.
Mhm.
That's been, surpassed,
Yeah,
sure. But
yeah.
at that time, any person
Mhm.
winning 8 Grammys in one night for one album is freaking unheard of.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that is untouchable. The
mhm,
Godfather is untouchable.
yeah,
So don't be
yeah.
out here compare. Like, listen, it's the Gen Zs. I'm telling you, y'all need to stop. Y'all
No, no,
need
no,
to
no, no, no.
stop trying. No, 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 no. I'm talking about the comparisons.
Yeah, yeah.
Y'all need to stop with these comparisons because the things you're comparing
Mhm.
don't even match the thing you're trying to compare it to. It doesn't
Yeah,
come close.
yeah,
Like y'all need to stop with that.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
ridiculous.
yeah.
Have some respect. I'm so mad now.
Yeah, it's just it was just Dame Dash trying to compare that to this and that. It wasn't even close.
If
It
maybe he
was
was paid. Maybe someone was paid to say
uh,
that.
no. This is his own movie. This is from his
Oh,
own
this is
production.
his movie, so he's the one that
Yeah,
said it.
yeah. This is
Okay,
this
yeah. So
is-
he's trying to promote it. That's what he's trying
yeah,
to do.
yeah, yeah. So
Get
like
get the
yeah.
watch. But it's like you said you didn't even pay for it. So it's
Uh-huh.
like so clearly he's not making a return on this movie.
Yeah, yeah.
And so
Nah.
he's probably just trying to get like the people to watch it. And that's the
Mhm.
thing.
Mhm.
People who like don't fall into that.
Mhm.
People who are going and watching it, um, you're adding to those numbers.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
and that
yeah.
might
They're
be
not.
giving him
Well,
something,
well,
right? He's monetizing on it in some way on YouTube.
I don't. Well,
Mhm. But that's how that
actually,
works.
it's not under his YouTube.
But that doesn't
So
matter. That doesn't matter.
some random guy uploaded it on YouTube.
It doesn't matter though,
Yeah.
because like you don't know what they're talking about behind the
Uh-huh.
scenes, right?
Uh-huh.
So it
Uh-huh.
doesn't matter. But like if this is a person who has
Yeah.
all the credentials in order to monetize on a
Yeah.
YouTube channel,
Yeah.
you're paying for it. You are paying in a sense for this person, and like I wouldn't even be promoting it. Like I wouldn't even be like going out there and watching it because that's just adding to his watch. So
Right.
people don't watch it
Yeah,
because
no,
if
no.
it's that bad, like
It's extremely bad. Like it's
yeah,
like the
don't
worst
do
type
it.
of yeah. It's the worst type of gangster movie. There's a lot more quality. Watch there's 50 Cent Get Rich or Die Trying. That's high quality.
Yeah,
There's
even I could say like
Scarface.
that's better. But again, all the things you're mentioning
Uh-huh.
is the time is at a time where it
Yeah.
made sense,
I think there's
right?
still I think
Get
there's
Harder,
still
whatever that one there's that 50 Cent did, Get Harder, Try to
yeah,
whatever it's called. That was a while ago.
yeah, yeah,
He did that
but
movie a while ago,
yeah, yeah, but like the thing is
right?
like if you make it make sense, if you make it a great script and great
Maybe
writing,
yes, it can
like
make that type of movie can make a comeback.
Power is one is that's high quality. There's Snowfall. Snowfall's high quality. That was really good series. That was a really good
Yeah,
series.
but those are
Those,
also then series you're mentioning though,
yeah, 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 yeah.
right?
Obviously, but like if
So
there
that's
were
a little
movies,
different.
they were good. And then you have American Gangster that was made of like 2007 or whatever. And then you had what's the recent one that came? Um,
I know
yeah.
there was the one that was off of Sopranos, but I can't remember what's called.
Oh, it's a
Some
prequel.
shoot. And something Newark, but I might not even be Newark. I might be
Yeah,
wrong
yeah,
with that.
yeah, yeah.
But it was the one off of Sopranos that they did.
Oh,
But
okay.
that even that
Yeah,
was done like a
that
little
that
bit ago.
yeah,
And
that
but
was
that made sense because again, Sopranos was a hit. It was a
uh huh,
great show.
uh huh,
It had its thing then, and it was like the sorry guys, I cannot remember the actor's name right now, but it was like the actor's son who
uh-huh.
played him
Yeah,
because
yeah,
he's passed on now, but
yeah,
it was his son who played him. So it's like that's going to have an appeal for people. People
yeah,
who watch Soprano because it was supposed to be like a prelude.
yeah.
That is like that's gonna draw people in who love Sopranos,
Mhm,
and that's also gonna draw people in who wanna see the son of this man play
mhm,
his younger self.
mhm,
Like, that's appealing.
mm.
It's kinda like with, like, Ice Cube when they did, Compton.
Yeah,
It was appealing to see Ice Cube's son
yeah.
play the younger him.
That was really good. That
That and
film
that's
was
an
really good.
amazing movie. It was a
Yeah,
great
that was a
movie.
amazing movie. Yeah, it was a great movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, yeah, people don't watch it. If you wanna have fun and not take a movie serious, I suggest you watch Samurai Cop. That is stupid, fun, and bad and good at the same time.
Yeah.
You
Those are the
should watch.
type of movies that,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
and the last movie I suggest More Money with have you seen this movie? More Money with what's his name? With Damon Wayne and Marlon Wayne.
I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it.
It's a good movie. I rated it a 3 out of 5.
Like, I'll watch a Wayne's movie. I have no issues playing a
Hmm?
Wayne's movie. And you said it's Damon or Damien?
Damon, and it starred Damon and Marlon Wayne, and this one also stars
Is
Stacey Dash.
oh God. D Damon Wayans is 'cause I'm trying to remember because there's Damon and then there's Damien.
Uh-huh.
Damon is older or younger?
Damon is I think he's older. I think he's older.
He's not
Marlon,
bald, right? Is he the bald one?
yeah, he's the bald one, yes.
Okay, so that's Damon. Okay, yeah.
Okay. And then Marlon's the younger one, obviously
No, but I wasn't talking about that. Damien is I think it's Damon's son. So that's why
I,
I was trying to make sure like who exactly we're talking about.
who's the middle one? It's
So
either.
there's no middle one. You have no idea how many Waynes there are. There's a
Oh, okay,
bunch of them.
possibly, yeah.
There's
So,
so many of them. People that you don't even realize are
oh, okay,
Waynes.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Like for example, you probably never watched this. But did you ever watch The Game? The movie, that not the movie, the show, The Game?
A show I think I seen on
It
the
used to be
game,
on BET.
the BAT.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to
So
watch
do you
it.
remember the white blonde girl?
No,
No, okay. Well, there was a friend, I can't remember her name right now.
wait. Was he the wife? Was she the
He's
wife?
not she's so if you remember, or even if you watch like White Chicks, she was in White Chicks,
Oh, okay.
but but if she you might not necessarily remember so much with White Chicks,
Mm-hmm.
but she was a wife. Her husband's name was Jason on the show.
All right.
So it was her. She's married to a
Mm-hmm.
Wayne's brother, but like a
Mm-hmm.
Wayne's brother, you forget is a Wayne's brother.
Mm-hmm.
He's older. He's
Mm-hmm.
also bald too, but he's
Mm-hmm.
like I don't know like where he falls in the list of people, but he's an older brother too. But there's sisters, there's a bunch of them.
Right.
But what I think you mean, you're talking Sean. So
Sean, yeah.
there's Damon, Sean, Marlon,
And then the son of is he
son
the
of
son?
Damon is Damien.
Yeah. I
So
think
he's
that
been doing his thing.
and then
He's
there's
been
more
acting.
and then there's more behind the scenes. Like they're not actually
Not even so much behind the
star.
scenes. They just have different things that they're doing.
Yeah,
There's
yeah, yeah,
people, there's
yeah,
some
yeah.
that
That's what I mean.
sing.
That's what
There's
I
some
mean.
that
That's
sing. Yeah, so there's some that used to act but are not acting as much, or
yeah.
just their acting career wasn't as big as, but like they're just famous by association, if
Mm-hmm.
anything, right?
They're probably doing do different things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
They're like the Jackson family, but they just
Mm-hmm.
don't get talked about as much.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
like you don't know all of them, but there's a lot of them. There's a
Yeah.
lot of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that was a good movie. That
Yeah,
was
I
with
did hear that they were doing a movie. I do remember that, yeah, that there was a movie
no
with
money.
Stacey
Yeah.
Dash. And I remember, I don't know if it's a show or a sitcom, but I'm pretty sure Damon and Damien are doing a show together as well. I heard that that's in the works. Kind of similar to My Wife and Kids.
I think they did that already, didn't they? They did a
I
previous show.
don't remember if they did or didn't, but I just remember hearing about it.
And then it got canceled
Oh,
after
maybe.
two
Yeah, maybe.
seasons. I'm gonna say Damon. Sorry, I just Damon and Damian Wayne.
Wayne's.
Papa's House. Yeah, they got
Yes.
that got canceled
Oh,
for one
okay.
season. Yeah,
I mean, honestly, like it kind of felt
yeah,
like My Wife and Kids, but without the wife and kids.
yeah.
Um,
It got a good rating on Rotten Tomatoes, 88%.
Interesting. So then I wonder what I
But
got.
I'm guessing I don't know why it got canceled. I think it just like
You know, honestly, like
ratings.
these network shows are tough. And
Yeah,
then what happens is they'll go to somewhere else where they'll pick it up. So maybe it'll get picked up somewhere else.
yeah. Maybe it's the ratings, and that's what I'm thinking. Maybe it suffered during ratings. It got 6.4 out of 10 out of IMBD, but like
Mhm.
88% from Rotten Tomatoes is pretty good. But like, yeah,
Yeah, for Rotten
probably,
Tomatoes. Yeah, that
yeah,
is good.
yeah.
But
The
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like again, that's kind of on the same
uh-huh,
trope of the gangster movies.
uh-huh,
Not Damien, sorry. Damon's done this before. He did
uh-huh,
that with My Wife and Kids, and that
uh-huh,
show was amazing. I love that
uh-huh.
show. It kind of had that feel to me, and I'm just like, he's done this before. And it's like, I don't want a Papa's House. What I would love is if they were to reboot
Yeah,
um My Wife and Kids in some
yeah,
degree.
yeah.
That would be an interesting thing to
Mhm.
watch. Because I mean, hell, they reboot everything these days.
Yeah,
So why
but
not do that?
I don't know. Maybe maybe networks are scared to do that. Maybe because like reboots are
They're sticky.
yeah, they're
Yeah, I
sticky.
know.
I would say so. Like yeah, they did it with I think they did it with iCarly, the adult
Well, I'm not
version.
talking shows like that. Because like the shows like stuff like those types of shows like iCarly, like kid shows,
Hmm.
um, you're rebooting at a time where the kids who watched it
Yeah,
are not interested anymore or are not
yeah.
going to take their time and watch it anymore. Like that's just not like you're appealing to now a new demographic who maybe just
Hmm.
aren't interested anymore.
Yeah, Yeah.
It's one thing to kinda do, like, reunions or that kinda thing,
Mhm,
but,
mhm, mhm.
reboots of kids shows, like, that's
Yeah.
yeah, I
Yeah,
don't think
yeah,
that's gonna
yeah,
work.
yeah, yeah, that see, that's not gonna work. I think
And
Malcolm
that's how
they're doing a
Malcolm in the Middle?
middle, they're doing a five-part episode of that
Okay, that's
That's
different.
different. That's
That's
different
different.
because like, it was more towards a f I think it was more towards a family audience
Yeah, yeah,
targeted,
yeah.
where, like, a lot of the shows that I just mentioned, like, iCarly, Raven, and then, what's the other one with, like, Selena Gomez, the Magically
Oh, The
Waverly
Wizards of Waverly
yeah,
Place.
that, yeah.
But I
Those
think that was meant to be limited, though, Wizards of Waverly Place. I don't think that was meant to be forever.
okay.
Yeah, because, I mean, Selena Gomez, like, first of all, Selena Gomez wasn't in the entire thing anyways.
Mhm,
I think David Henry was, which was her
mhm,
brother,
mhm.
but, I don't think, like, that was meant to be forever. That's what I remember
Right,
hearing.
right.
So that again makes sense.
Mhm,
But, like, when
mhm,
you have, like, That's So Raven, again, they're appealing to that was for my demographic, like,
mhm,
my age group.
mhm.
We have to do. We don't have time to sit there and watch That's So Raven
Yeah, yeah,
or watch Girl Meets World
yeah,
or,
yeah,
like, whatever, like,
yeah,
same thing with
yeah,
Saved by the Bell, they did it with that too.
yeah,
It's
they did.
not the same.
Mhm,
'Cause you're
mhm.
appealing to
I feel
my
like
age group and the age group before, where we got to do, we don't have time.
yeah,
And
yeah, I feel
I watched one episode of it, it just
it
wasn't good.
yeah. I
It
feel
just
Saved
wasn't good.
wasn't Saved by the Bell, targeting towards an adult audience more so than
No,
kids?
no, no, that was more like teenager, kids.
Hmm,
No, adults weren't really because it was based in high
really?
school. It
Oh,
started in
okay.
high school, like,
Yeah,
no.
yeah, but still, but
No, I wouldn't say that was meant
I
for
I feel
I
like
mean,
boys need
adults could have watched it, sure,
I
but,
mean,
like, that wasn't really I watched Saved by the Bell.
uh-huh,
Like, I don't know if you did, but I watched pretty
uh-huh.
much every single
Yes.
episode of Saved by the Bell.
Not every single
Yeah,
episode.
I watched from when they were in like, before,
Mhm,
um, um, when they had, like, the first teacher that I don't think Mr. Balding was in that first
mhm,
part,
mhm, mhm.
but I watched from when they had this different teacher, like, when they were supposed to be in, like, middle school. I
Mhm.
watched that. I watched when they were in high school. I watched when they went to college. I watched the married episode. Like, I
Yeah.
watched the vacation stuff. I
Mm,
watched it all.
mm.
It wasn't
Yeah.
really geared, like, maybe
Mhm.
college, but it was again, it was meant to grow up with the people
Right.
watching the show. So that one, I'll give you more of that in terms of college years,
Mhm.
but
Boy what about
it's yeah.
Boy Meets World?
Um,
Was that more like, I don't understand the first 2, I think it's, like, the similar what you just said with, like,
yeah, because didn't
when
Boy Meets World also do this?
start with the kids, and then I don't think it was a
They're
kid
mixed
show.
people.
I don't think it was a kid show, but I think it was structured towards family, I would say.
Yeah.
'Cause, like, it go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, I think, like, the demographic is probably meant to gear towards teenagers or whatever,
Mhm.
and then, yeah, if, like, your family's watching it with it's not saying to say that you can't watch, like,
Yeah,
these
yeah,
other
yeah.
shows, but,
Yeah, yeah.
like, that I can maybe understand more because you saw the family, you saw,
Uh-huh.
like, the you know, you had the teacher and
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah,
like, you
yeah, that
had
was
a
yeah,
different feel with Boy Meets World,
yeah.
whereas with Saved by the Bell,
Mhm.
it wasn't like you saw the families. There as far as we're concerned, those kids didn't have families, okay? We didn't
Mhm.
see that. It was basically the kids and Mr. Balding. That's it.
Mhm.
That's all we saw.
Mhm.
And then when I went to college, it was like, okay, the roommates or whatever. So
Mhm.
it was very different. So I think when you have a feel of a show like that, yes, it can be everyone can watch it, I guess.
Mhm.
But like, is your family really gonna sit down and watch Saved by the Bell? Probably not. And that played like during the day, Saved by the Bell,
Oh, yeah, I forgot it was off,
right?
like,
Where Boy
in
Meets
the
World
day.
played at night.
At nighttime, yeah, yeah.
Right. So that was the
Yeah,
difference.
that's what I think it well, it was yeah, 6 yeah, 6:10. Yeah,
Yeah, it
it
was like
was
in the
right.
evening
Yeah.
and yeah, that
Yeah.
was the time that it
But
would
I think
play.
it
Same thing with like Fresh
family, yeah.
Prince. Fresh Prince would do that as well. So like that
During the day, yeah.
it would play during the day, but it would also, I think, play in the evening as well
Evelyn,
because
yeah.
it had that family feel though. You had
Mhm.
those family and like connections
Right.
that you used to have with Saved by the Bell.
Mm. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's yeah. All right. So that's it for me. I know I said I was gonna watch Oppenheimer. I know I was gonna say I
Oh,
was watch that.
Oppenheimer.
Yeah, my bad. Oppenheimer with Christopher Nolan's movie, and then I'm also gonna be watching Killers of the Flower Moon. What's his name? Has been on a streak. Um, what's his name? Leonardo DiCaprio. He's on a streak right now. He's killing it for the last like 3 years now. Jeez, like his new movie that just released is getting high praises right now. So like I don't know what the name was, but like I just saw it a while ago. Let me just check before you go. Okay, no, it's not on here. But like but yeah, I'm gonna watch that movie. Those are two movies I'm gonna watch and and stay tuned for my October picks. Okay, that's it.
All right. Um, okay. So let me just pull up my stuff. Okay. So, um, I didn't watch as much this month with Netflix. So, like, for example, I haven't finished Wednesday. Not that it matters because someone hasn't started it yet. So, anyways, he still has to hit the first batch. At least I'm in the second batch.
Yeah.
I will say though, like this is not much of a list, but maybe it is a spoiler for you. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
But I did see Gaga and I loved it.
Oh, okay.
That's all I'll say.
Uh,
That's all I'm gonna say. Not gonna say anything else. But either way, we'll talk Wednesday next month. It seems
mhm.
fitting with Halloween anyways, so we'll
Yeah,
we'll do it
hopefully,
there.
yeah, hopefully I will.
Watch it. All these
Yeah.
other things you're saying I have to watch. No, no,
Uh,
no, no, no. You need to watch Wednesday first, so we can watch that. You need to watch Monster because that's coming out in October as well. We need to watch this. We need to discuss these
oh yeah.
things. So you have other things to worry about. Oppenheimer, which is a movie that's been out for like over a year, can wait because it's we waited this long.
I mean, that's like an less hour or 2 hour movie. I
I
can
heard Oppenheimer is longer than that.
is it? Oh,
Pretty sure
mm.
Oppenheimer is a long movie.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Um. Anywho's,
Yeah.
because I haven't been watching a whole lot because I've been kind of watching. I'm in pre-spook season, so I've been
Mhm.
watching that stuff. I've been kind of in that world right now.
Mhm.
So I haven't been watching very much, and obviously I also Love Is Blind UK. I'm behind on that, so I'm watching that.
Mhm.
But I did manage to watch some stuff. So
Right.
as well, I say promise, but you actually haven't listened to that episode yet. It comes out tomorrow. Um, I did watch this Katrina documentary. So we didn't talk about it much in that episode, but we're going to talk about it here. So there was so much I didn't remember with Katrina in terms of like what the root of the issue really was. We always kind of attribute what New Orleans kind of went through with the flooding to Katrina. But honestly, it's not Katrina that did it. It was the levees. And when they kind of like showed it and it really explained it,
Mhm.
I mean, the I can't remember the name of the river or lake, not lake, but I think it was like a river. I can't remember the name of the river that was kind of right by this one particular area that I also I think it's the ninth district, I think, but I might be wrong.
Mhm.
But that the levees that were there completely like after the hurricane, which the hurricane was bad, like with the winds and the rain and everything. It was bad by the sounds of things. But they got through it. The next day, they're like, "Oh, everything's fine. Nothing happened. There's no flooding or anything
Mhm.
like that. Like, everything's good." But then the levees broke, and then it wasn't good anymore. Then the flooding happened, and it's like, first of all, the as we kinda know this, the construction of the levees were not great. Like, obviously, it's been dealt with now. Hopefully it's gonna be good. The levees breaking in this area, yeah, in this area has
Right.
happened before. It happened in the 50s.
Mm.
And it caused a similar situation, not as bad as Katrina, but it did happen. And it's like, okay, so have we learned nothing? Here's why. Here's why they're like, I don't think people cared. Because in the neighborhood where
Mhm.
the levees were, where the biggest issues with the flooding happened, was predominantly a Black community. In this area, it was accessible for Black families
Mhm.
to own their homes. So this was the one area, the one district where people could afford their homes and buy their homes. So that's why it was cheaper. It was predominantly a Black community, and that those were the communities that were badly affected. Those are the people who died, whether they died in their homes, died by um, drowning. They're when they talk about like they don't really you don't really hear about obviously everybody, but we know the death toll for Katrina, and some of those death tolls included children, and it's just like, but they did talk about one child. It was his her grandfather who talked about it, but it wasn't just her. I think he also lost. I think it was his mom. So they're talking about it, and it's just like she was just swept under, and then they couldn't find her. It's like as soon as you got swept under,
Mhm.
the chances of you coming back up was like slim to none
Right.
by the sounds of things. So then the other thing too that they talked about that was, again, as a person, when you're not in it
Mhm.
and you're not understanding because you're getting what the media is feeding you.
Right.
If we remember, they talked about the fact that people were going in and looting grocery stores
Mm.
or looting stores at all because they um they were saying the narrative was that like, oh, now like there's no like system or
Mhm.
whatever, like people are going in and just stealing. And at the time, like this happened in 2005, so I was maybe what, 14, 13, 14. So I remember
Mhm.
thinking, well, like what else did you expect them to do? They don't have food.
Right.
They're suffering. No one is coming to help them. So what did you expect them to do? And not everywhere was it flooding, but in that district, I was telling you, because it's like a bowl,
Mhm.
the that district is in the deepest part of the bowl. So they're the ones that are flooding. So when you go up to like New Orleans proper,
Mhm.
everything was pretty decent over there in terms of like the water and all of that.
Right.
Like that's why people were telling them to go to the Superdome.
Mm.
The mess of going into the Superdome was a whole other thing. Some people couldn't even get in there or took hours to get in there. They're
Right.
like, there are people who had handicapped family members, and it's like, can we get in there because like they need to be, in a safe spot. And they're like, oh yeah, you can go around here and there's people there that'll help you. Nobody. There's nobody there. There's no system in place. They're like, what are you talking about? Like no one knew and it's that, and again, all these people, Black. The white communities, the white people, they're fine.
Mhm.
And if
Mhm.
they did need anything, they were the ones that were getting the the better treatment than the
Right.
Black people.
Right.
So when people were going into grocery stores and looting, um, they were starting to have people like because the military does eventually come in.
Mhm.
And you're thinking, first of all, it took forever for the military to be brought in.
Mhm.
That is on friggin' um I think, was that George Bush at the time? No, it might not have been. Hold on, I'm trying to think. Um, I think it was George Bush in 2005.
Mhm.
I don't think Obama was in yet, but
George Bush in 2005.
yes, it would have
Yes,
been him.
he wasn't in until 2008. Sworn in
Right.
until, yeah.
So it's him. he's not having people like he's speaking. So what I was saying, yeah, they have the military coming in. The military doesn't come in until I don't even remember how many days it was, but a few.
Mm,
It was
mhm.
enough. Too much.
Yeah.
No one was coming in. And eventually, though, when they do come in, people who are looting, people who are trying to survive, they're threatening to shoot people. And again, remember, these are all Black people. If it wasn't for, and I cannot remember his name, and I apologize if you are listening to this, you're probably not, but if you are listening to this, I cannot remember his name right now. But there's this one guy who worked in the military. I can't remember what his position was. He, I mean, he is white passing, but now that man his touch was something. But I
Mhm.
think he's mixed of some sort. And or he's light skinned, either way. But this man, if it
Mhm.
was not for him literally saying, lower your guns or I'll shoot you.
Right.
Like, if it wasn't for him putting order in place, I don't know what it would have happened. People
Mhm.
would have been shot. People would have probably died by gunshot
Mhm.
if it wasn't for this man
Mm.
stepping in and keeping order and
Right.
doing right by
Right.
New Orleanians.
Mhm.
And so, yeah, like it was just horrific to see that. And it's like,
Right.
they did not show this in the media. We were not seeing that. We were just being told unruly Black people are looting. It's basically what we were being told. But it's like, no,
Mhm.
Black people who are trying to survive are looting, who normally probably would not do that in
Did
other
they
circumstances.
do that? Did they pro what is uh exploited that? Like did they
Oh,
just
for
like
sure.
oh
For
okay.
sure. I
I
remember
because
them
I didn't
exploiting people looting. Yeah. I remember that.
is it
So,
just did they just generalize like just black people or
yeah,
just
yeah, yeah, yeah.
people overall? Oh, okay.
No, it was because it was mainly Black people who were the ones who
Mhm.
suffered from
Yeah,
Katrina.
I didn't see that. All I heard was just a Katrina, and then the news were just promoting how like people are suffering,
Yeah, no,
struggling,
they were
etc.
talking
And
about
then
those things
yeah,
too,
yeah,
but um they didn't talk about the fact that the neighborhoods that were mostly affected by the flooding were Black neighborhoods. They didn't talk about the fact that, like, you may have missed the looting, but I remember them talking about it on the news. I remember hearing about it, and I remember thinking, like, what do you want them to do?
mhm,
Like, and but I think at the same time, like, if I remember correctly, like, again, this was a while back, but, if I remember correctly, I remember my mom kind of being like, "Oh, like, of course, like, here you go with people, like, taking advantage." They're not taking advantage, they're trying to survive,
right,
and that's, like, I understand that, and it's like, I just didn't realize the depths of what the military would have done in
mhm,
order for people to stop looting. What do you want them to do?
right,
And those are the homes that were destroyed were Black people's homes, but they don't
mhm,
talk about that.
mhm,
They don't. I mean, obviously, we've seen houses being, um, like, if we watch, like, different, like,
yeah,
um, HGTV type shows, we've seen, like, for example, Brad Pitt. He had a whole foundation,
mhm,
which bless him,
right,
but I think he's from New Orleans, if I remember correct, but I could be wrong. I
mhm,
could be wrong. He might not be.
mhm,
But, he had a foundation at that time to help people rebuild. And thank God for him because people were able to have their homes rebuilt because of
mhm,
him.
mhm.
And
Who
those
who?
were the
Sorry, who's this again?
Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt. Okay,
Mhm.
right,
So if like those were the because when he would televise these things,
right,
we saw like there was I remember a limited edition show about rebuilding Katrina,
mhm,
like the homes and stuff.
yeah,
That was when you kind of realize, oh, this person's Black and that
right,
person's Black and that
right,
person. That's when you started to realize, oh, like this is mainly Black people who were affected by this.
mhm,
It was the community that saved people. The police, first aid, military, they were not there. They were not helping people. It was literally neighbors, people who lived on a community helping each other. Like when you would see, like if I don't know if you remember if you ever saw this, like when you ever saw footage of boats moving around houses and stuff trying to find people. And like we would also see like I'll never forget seeing like a floating body face down. And they showed it in this documentary too. That's lived
Mm.
rent free in my mind ever since.
So so
Um,
New Orleans has like a black majority representation of about
yes.
56 to 59% of
Yes,
the
yes.
population.
Those are facts we know. Like that's not surprising.
Yeah.
But what we don't know is that most of those people are living in this area where Katrina was the worst.
Yeah.
And that's the part we don't talk about. That's the part we don't know. What that stat probably also doesn't say is that Black people are the ones that are picked over in all of Louisiana, not just New Orleans. Like I
Hmm.
think New Orleans is a little bit better because
Hmm.
yes, it is predominantly Black,
Yeah.
but there are still white people. And those white people are the ones who can afford the better houses that are up the hill.
Hmm.
So they were the ones not getting affected. Their houses are intact.
Right.
So that's the part that we just don't talk about. And I thought this documentary was enlightening.
Hmm.
I thought it was obviously it's 20 years, 20 years ago in
Yeah.
August.
Yeah.
So that like all of that was fitting. Um, obviously, I will say my one thing that I'm going to say that I did not like about this
Hmm.
was in the first part was a lot about that. Everything we kind of heard about everything kind of in that part because there's two parts. The second part, it felt like reiterating things.
Mm.
And that I was like, okay, but I feel like you could have just done this in one part.
Right.
So that part I was like, but otherwise I was this was perfect.
Hmm.
I think out of all of this, we had one celebrity. One, well,
You know, that's all you
celebrity,
need.
quote unquote, but celebrity nonetheless, because I recognize him. So I
That's
know.
all you need. I.
And that's the thing. That's what I'm trying to say.
Mhm.
We did not need to have this be a celebrity focused thing.
Right.
It was perfect.
Right.
And this person, like he was raised, he was born there, he
Hmm.
understands it.
Hmm.
Um, and I don't know how much of a celebrity he was at the time when Katrina happened.
Right.
Like if you know, so for again, I don't remember his name, but for anyone who's watched Suits, for example, Meghan Markle's character, he played her father. So that's the actor that was in this documentary. Um, so I recognize him from that, and he's been in other things, but I don't know how popular he was at the time when Katrina happened. So I don't know if he was even there when it happened or not, but I think he was, but I can't remember. But he not talked about the fact that like his mom and all that, like he was raised in this community where it was the
Yeah.
worst. Like
Yeah.
so it felt good in that sense where it's like, yes, he's a celebrity, but he wasn't here to be a celebrity. He was here to be a person affected by this disaster. So
Mhm.
that I think that was the only that's kind
And
of
it's
it.
and I think it's good that more people are aware about this now because like back then we didn't have like
We didn't have that.
Netflix. We didn't have
No.
YouTube was about to take off in like
Yeah.
two thousand five.
I don't think
Uh, it-
at that time,
mhm.
we, first of all, A, we wouldn't have had all the facts yet.
Yeah, no,
B, I don't know if that was a time when we would shed light on things like this. I think we would always take stuff like this at face value. We're in a different time where we dig deeper.
it was newspaper and news TV shows like CB24,
Yeah.
and we have the Toronto Star here
Hmm.
and the Sun. I know the Sun is like all over, like in Europe and
Hmm.
possibly the United States. I'm,
Hmm.
I'm not sure about the United States. I don't know about
I don't
that,
know.
but like, um, um, And yeah, that's all we had. Just those two things. They didn't really shed light too much on a lot of information.
But because
Also,
it wasn't the narrative,
yeah,
you know?
yeah,
The media creates the narrative, and
yes,
then
like
the
that. Yep,
media follows that narrative. They still
yeah.
do.
Oh
They
yeah, they
still
do. Yeah,
do,
yeah, yeah,
right? That hasn't
yeah,
changed.
yeah, yeah,
But it's just that we are able to peel back that those layers and dig
yeah.
deeper
We have
and
more information. Yeah,
yeah.
access to more information now. So like data, uh, more news outlets. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, almost like we have more access to almost everything now. So like yeah,
Yeah. And they
go
have
ahead.
people who are willing to do the work.
That
That's the
too.
difference.
Yeah, that too. Everyone do the work and find
Yeah.
out more. Okay.
All right. For my next one, which I also feel like I'm going to talk about for a long time.
Yeah, yeah,
This has been a popular one. This one has been all over social media. Unknown number, the high school catfish. Have you seen anything about like you probably seen memes potentially, but you probably don't even understand what it's about. So,
what? The unknown catfish?
unknown catfish.
I
L-
heard something about a catfish. Is that? Mm,
Let me break it down
yeah.
so you don't get confused here. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
basically, um, so these two high school kids, they were dating. They they've been dating for a bit. They start getting these text messages from this unknown number, unknown person. Basically, so it was mainly to her. It was also to him too, but a lot of them were to her. And they're like, "Oh, he's gonna cheat on you. He like you don't like give it like you don't give him sex. Like all like it was disgusting things that were being said to this poor girl. Very sexual in nature. Telling her she's ugly, saying that like you're never gonna make varsity. Like she was a basketball player.
Mhm.
So like you're never gonna make varsity and all of this. Like she like whatever this person was like saying to her, it
Mhm.
was horrific. Went as far as to tell her to unalive herself.
Wow.
Yeah. And they were investigating, trying to figure out who this catfish was. They were thinking, oh, is it like a friend of the boyfriend? Because he had a friend that was a girl.
Mhm,
And
mhm,
there was like the girl who's getting text messages was saying, like, I knew she kind of had a crush on him. I think she was jealous of me, blah, blah, blah. So they were thinking it was her. But it wasn't her. Spoiler alert, it was not her, and, like, it goes as far as to this couple ends up breaking up because the poor guy can't handle what's happening.
mhm.
So, he was getting messages too, but I think his stopped, but hers continued.
Right.
This happened for nearly 2 years.
Mm.
I'm about to blow your mind. The person who was doing the messages
Right.
was her mother.
Wow.
Her mother. Now, when it kinda got to that part, I'm like, "Oh, I remember the story now." I
Mhm.
remember hearing about a story of a mom, like, unfortunately, there are many stories of moms doing like this to their daughters, but they were like when the police and, those body cams, you saw the whole thing. When the police went to her and finally were able to say everything links back to her,
Mhm.
they go to her and they're like, "So, we know it's you, okay?
Is it?
Um, we need to have all your electronics. Okay." And she's like, "Well, this is all of it." And she had like her phone, computer, whatever. And it's like, "So we also know that you're not working. We know that. We know you were fired. Does your husband know?" No, husband didn't know that she had been fired. She was just pretending to work. Because it's again during the age of COVID too, right? So you can kind of get away with that a little bit more. And I think he worked us at the home. So she's like, "Yeah, no, he doesn't know that." So when they call the husband okay, but wait, I gotta go back. When they tell the daughter that, "By the way, your mom's been the one doing all of these messages," the mother oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. The
Mhm.
mother was just all over her. Wouldn't stop touching her, wouldn't stop, like, whatever. I'm like, "Get off of her. Let her process." that her mother was saying all these things to her.
Mhm.
This mother, they were saying it kind of felt like Munchausen by proxy, but digital.
Mm,
And I'm like, huh, maybe. Because it's kind of like she did this because she needed her child to need her. So, like, she's doing these messages. Who is she going to go to? Her mother. So it
mm,
was kind of like this weird situation. So, um, they were also like speculating, was she sexually interested in the boyfriend who, let's not forget, is a minor?
mm, mhm.
So she's like, no, it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that. But like you were saying a lot of sexually explicit things about him. Like, what is happening here? So, when they call the husband and they say you need to get home, and
Mhm,
he comes home and they tell him what's going on, this man, he's a champion. This man's a father. This man says, "Oh, well, did you get all of her electronics? So she has a second phone."
mhm,
The officers are like, "Hey, crazy, do you wanna, like, give us your second phone?
mhm,
Where's your second phone? We will tear this place apart to find that second phone. I don't think you
mhm,
want us to tear that because what happens when they have a search warrant, they'll tear the place apart and leave
mhm,
your house in a mess." And she's like,
mm,
"Oh, it's outside in, like, some shed or something." So they got the second phone. It was on that phone they saw, like, everything. So they're and she's like, "I didn't do all the messages, though. I did all of them except for the first 2." "What? So wait, what? So you didn't do the first 2, but you did everything else?"
right.
That doesn't make no sense.
That's crazy.
It
Yeah.
wasn't. She did it all. It's ridiculous.
Wow.
But at the end of it, the, um the, she was sentenced for, like, a very minimal amount of time.
Mhm,
Um, she obviously lost custody, and her dad has full custody of her.
mhm,
I don't remember if they had another kid, but he has full custody of her.
mhm,
And, um, the daughter is like, "I miss my mom. I wanna have a relationship with her, this, that, or the other." And
mhm,
I'm like, I don't fault her for that, but it shows the dependency on her mother that her
mhm,
mother most likely put in place. And
mhm,
it was really sad to watch this poor girl kind of still in it. Her mother is manipulative, and I don't understand a mother saying to her child, "You should unalive yourself." Let's not forget that that's the biggest thing here is that she said that to her daughter.
That's
And
crazy.
yeah, and the officer says, like, "What if she did?
Mhm,
Like, did you think she actually would?"
mhm,
The mom says, "No, I know her. I know she wouldn't have." But you don't know that. Why would you risk that?
mhm.
Oh, man, that has blown up. Everyone's talked about it. It's an insane documentary. Highly, highly recommend.
Okay. Alright,
And
that's
and then
cool.
the next one they'll talk about because again, I think I just watch documentaries and I'm like, I can't stop talking about it. This is
Mhm.
AKA Charlie Sheen.
Yeah, I saw that on Placid over
Re
Netflix.
highly, highly, highly recommend.
Mm,
I was blown away. I was blown away of how much I enjoyed this documentary.
mhm,
It was so well done. He was very candid,
mhm.
and I came away because I mean, listen, Charlie Sheen has not always been one of my favorite people. Um,
Winning.
what?
Winning. That's his phase. Winning.
We'll talk about that in a second because I think you're gonna think very I don't think anyone should laugh about that. He was very sick at that time,
Oh,
but let me get to that.
mm. Go ahead.
Um, I didn't particularly like him. I feel like after the whole Two and a Half Men situation, it was
Mhm,
just
mm.
he was such a downfall, such a spiral, but
Yeah,
it's very much explained he was not well.
right.
And so it was I understand that now, but it's
Yeah,
like
I remember, yeah.
watching this and hearing him talk about everything, I'm like,
Mhm.
I came out of this documentary being like, I have a new appreciation
Yeah,
for him.
yeah.
And I thought this was an amazing. We had like one of the pens, I think it was I know one of them's dead right now, so
Mhm,
I think it's
mhm.
Sean Penn. Sean
Yeah.
Penn was in it. We had other people in it.
Mhm.
There's like so many other like brothers involved, but there was like his
Yeah.
oldest brother
Yeah.
um was there, not Emilio, because Estevez, but it was um so yeah, it was, but like I learned so much about Charlie Sheen. Not even his like Charlie is his name, but it's
Yeah.
um
Charlie, yeah.
Sheen is not. He just took on the name of his dad, but his dad's name is not Sheen either, which I knew that. So
Why?
he took that on because
Mhm.
you think about it. If you
Mhm.
have a person coming up with a very uh, Latin sounding name,
Mhm.
they're probably going to get overlooked. So I get, and again, they're very white passing,
Mhm.
all of them.
Mhm.
But when you saw older pictures of them, it's like, okay,
Mhm.
I see it now.
Mhm. Mhm.
So it may not have necessarily worked out. So I get why they did that. I
Right.
think with like Emilio Estevez, I think he was able to kind of stick to his name, A, because he didn't want to be associated with his dad. He wanted to do this on his own. And B, everyone knows
Mhm.
Martin Sheen's his dad, Charlie
Mhm.
Sheen's his brother. We know
Mhm.
this. So I think like he was able to have that notoriety based off of that, but he just didn't want to
Right.
be as associated with the
Is
name. He wanted
the
to do
name.
this on his
Okay.
own, which I get and I
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah.
Um, so but he wasn't a part of the documentary. Just the older brother was. And I can't remember his name.
Mhm.
But so yeah, it was really, really well done. The whole like situation there where he was at like the winning,
Mhm.
he was on so many freaking drugs.
Yeah.
So much like I
I
can't even like
remember.
like he was not
Yeah.
well. He
Yeah.
would have
Yeah.
died.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I
they exploited him being this crazy, outrageous person after Two and a Half Men ended,
Yep.
or
Yep.
he was fired. And he
Mhm.
exploited it. They exploited him in that
Mhm.
moment. And
Mhm.
they did this. And he was touring and all this stuff with that whole
Mhm.
situation. And it's like they weren't doing him any good. Um, I want to say too, his father, that again is another father. Martin Sheen did
Mhm.
not give up on his son. And he, at every step of the way, was his son's advocate.
Right.
I was bawling at
Mhm.
times when, like, I forgot that they kind of did some acting together in,
Mhm. Mhm.
probably would have been West Wing. And it kind of looked like West Wing. And, there was like scenes where it felt like, yes, this is a script,
Mhm.
but
Mhm.
it felt so real. It felt like it was just actually something between the two of them as father and son. I was bawling. I was like, this man loves his children. Like Martin Sheen's great. I've always loved Martin Sheen, but it's just he's a dad. But the last thing
Mhm.
I'll mention about the documentary is the way this man weaned himself off of the drugs
Mhm.
was by literally weaning him off. His drug dealer, working with his sponsor,
Mhm.
was like, "Listen, could you maybe make it less potent, and then
Mhm.
make it less potent till there's nothing left,
Right.
but he thinks he's doing drugs?"
Mhm.
And the guy's like, "Yeah," and that's what they did. And
Mhm.
he's this one day, he's like, "I don't wanna do this anymore."
Mhm.
But he wasn't even high anymore. He was sober. And it's like, that is I've never heard of a way to wean yourself off of drugs, is to just do drugs. I think, like, that's something people can take and, like,
Mhm.
see if that can work in some way for other people. Like, that was incredible.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Denise Richards is a
Yeah.
freaking angel.
Yeah.
She's an angel.
Mhm.
And, um, he's also been involved in same-sex situations that I did not know. But that's not how
Mhm.
he got HIV. I do wanna stress that. That's not
Mhm.
how he got HIV. He got
Mhm.
HIV
Mhm.
because of needles. But, um, and he's,
That
like he's
that
undetectable as well.
that's that's what I heard. I heard he was sick right after, so, like,
Yeah, yeah,
I
he
knew
got
for a fact. I knew, like,
yeah,
just a little bit much, he
Yeah,
wasn't
no, he was
well.
diagnosed with
Yeah.
HIV.
Yeah.
People out of the woodwork came too and were like, "Oh, he never told me he had HIV and I had sex with him." And he's like, "That's not true." It's like some stuff is true, sure, but not all of it's
Mhm,
true. And he's like, "And I'm detectable. I'm undetectable at this point too." So like,
mhm,
no one's getting it,
mhm,
right? He's done what he needs to do to protect himself and others.
mhm.
Um, but yeah, he did not get HIV from having same-sex sexual encounters. He got it from needles.
Right.
I want to stress that part.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah,
Huh.
so
Yeah,
it
yeah,
was a
yeah.
very enlightening. I
Sure.
highly, like I said, recommend. Um, although we're not gonna I already kind of mentioned Wednesday. I'm almost done it myself.
Mhm,
I think I'm on the second episode of the second drop. So that's I
mhm,
think whatever episode that is, 6, 7.
mhm,
That's where 6. So that's where I'm at. You know
mhm,
what? I'm here for it. You don't understand though, but I'm here
mhm,
for it.
mm,
And then the last show that I'm almost done watching is Love Con, which I'll just do as an honorable mention. It's Love Con Revenge. This is with the girl who was a part of the Tinder swindler. She was one of his victims.
uh,
So she's kind of now paying that forward and helping people in their own situations.
mhm.
It's multi episodes. Well, so I'll say 5 or 6 different stories of cons,
Right.
and it's been really good. I've actually really enjoyed it. I'm almost done the last episode.
Mhm,
My only drawback with this is what they would do, kind of like like a regular like TV cable type show
mhm,
where you kind of have that cliffhanger and then you go on to the next episode, which you have like wait a week for or whatever. They did a similar formatting with this where they would put the previous story in with the second episode or the next episode and then end it and then and then start a new story in that same episode. And then they're doing this situation going forward. I didn't particularly like that format
mhm,
for a streaming like a streaming show.
mhm.
I think you should just stick to one story in one episode, finish it up because there's no reason not to do that, and then go on to the next thing. I think this setup was stupid personally, but other than that, I'm enjoying it. That's my
Nice.
honorable mentions.
Oh, nice, nice. Uh, that's that's awesome. That's awesome that like I said, Charlie Sheen is better as a person.
Yes, he
So,
is. And
that's
he's
good.
like, and he said too, he's like, people don't know that I'm a dad. I didn't know he was a dad. Like, I didn't know that. But he's been a dad for like 40 years. His oldest is like 40, 41. And I'm like,
Mm,
wow, I did not know that. Like, he has younger kids as well, but I did not know that. And yeah, he has like, I think 5 or 6 kids.
mm,
No clue between like his first, I don't know if he was married to the first one at
mm,
all, but
mm,
he was married to Denise Richards and then he had another wife after her. Um, and he has like kids with all of them.
mm,
So I did not know that. He has like, I think, yeah, I think he had one with this first person and then he had 2 each with the other 2.
mm. Okay.
Yeah. So like, yeah,
Huh.
it was, I did not know that. So
Alright.
yeah, he's trying to better himself for
Mhm,
himself and also clearly his kids as well.
mhm. Okay.
All
Nice.
right. Let's move on to what's to come, y'all. So, Monster, the Ed Gein story, which we've talked about before, but we'll talk about obviously about it.
Mhm,
Mikkel, you have plenty of time because this comes
mhm.
out on October 3rd. So you have plenty of time to watch it. So make sure you do.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Remind me about that.
Mhm,
Um, True Haunting. This is coming on October 7th.
mhm,
Through immersive reenactments and present day interviews, this chilling series details paranormal encounters from the viewpoint of those who lived with them. No, thank you.
mhm, mhm,
Wayward, this is coming on, it says, so this is coming out tomorrow as we discuss this, or
mhm,
you'll
mhm,
get the same day. A small town cop suspects that the local school for troubled teens and its dangerously charismatic founder may not be all it seems, which, yeah, I've
mhm,
seen stuff like that.
mhm,
With the fact that Halloween is coming, we're also getting like Saw. There's a Saw one coming out very soon. Nightmares of Nature is coming out next Tuesday.
Mhm.
Chilling tells the survival unfurl in this documentary series that captures the drama, danger, and dark beauty of nature from the perspective of its prey.
Mhm.
The Monster of Florence, coming on October 22nd.
Mhm.
As a serial killer targets couples and strikes terror in Italy, authorities explore a case from 1968 that may be key to finding the Monster of Florence.
Mhm.
House of Guinness, we talked about this. This is actually this is coming up soon, so we don't need to. We talked about this already, so we don't have to rehash that again.
Mhm.
Um, Love is Blind, America version. It's coming on October
Yeah.
1st.
It's season 9, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, how did you know that?
Well,
Um,
I'm seeing the list right now.
Denver singles shake up their search for the one and step into the pods. We're in Denver. I think I said that. We're in Denver. That's where
Mhm.
we're at. I'm not
Mhm.
excited about Denver. I'm so scared. If you watch Married at First Sight, you'll understand.
Mhm. Mhm.
Oh, my father did the BTK killer. Remind me. This is coming on October 10th.
Mhm.
Raised by a man leading a monstrous double life, we've talked about
Mhm.
him. The daughter of the BTK serial killer shares her chilling story in this true crime documentary. She's been on TV before. She was on Dr. Phil years back, so she's no stranger to the television stuff. Um, what is this? I scared shitless. This is coming on October 14th. A routine job for plumber Dawn becomes a battle for survival when a genetically mutated monster emerges from the pipes and attacks him and his son. Okay.
Mhm.
The woman in cabin 10, October 10th. On
Mhm.
a lavish yacht for an assignment, a journalist sees a passenger go overboard, but when no one believes her, she risks her life to uncover the truth. Alice in Borderland. I've seen this. I don't know.
Yes. Yes. Can't wait. Season 2, right? Season 2 or season 3?
Season 3.
Season 3. Yeah. Can't wait.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
coming tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's a it's a cake Halloween. Looks like a cake bake-off type situation. That's
Yeah.
coming on October 8th. Season
Okay.
21 of Grey's Anatomy is going to be available on October
Mhm.
9th.
Mhm.
Um, Mob War, Philadelphia versus the Mafia is coming on October 22nd. A
Mhm.
brutal mob war between John Stanford and Joey Merlino
Mhm.
plunges 90s Philadelphia into chaos and bloodshed in this captivating true crime series.
Mhm.
Steve, coming out October 3rd. Over one intense day, the devoted head teacher of a last chance reform school strives to keep his students in line while facing pressures of his own.
Mhm.
This looks like Angela is coming on Friday as we speak.
Mhm.
Despite a picture perfect family, Angela endures life with her abusive husband until Adu's arrival ignites lost desire and a deadly offer of escape. Reunion. This looks like a fun one. Coming October 10th. When a man turns up dead after a high school reunion at an isolated mansion, a group of former classmates races to identify the killer in their midst.
Mhm.
Um, this is Project Bakeover. Not heard of this, but this is to Seasons coming
Mhm.
October 21st. So I'm not sure if this is on like a different channel or something.
Mhm. Mhm.
Godzilla versus Kong, I guess, the new Empire. I don't know if this is that
Yeah.
movie that came out a
Yeah, it
while back.
is. I think it's a movie.
Okay, well, that's available on October 4th if people are
Mhm.
interested in that. French Lover coming on Friday when a jaded actor meets a down on her luck waitress in Paris. Their unexpected love story begins, but will it survive the glare of the spotlight? The Perfect Neighbor. This is coming on October 17th. Police body cam footage reveals how a long-running neighborhood dispute turned fatal in this documentary about fear, prejudice, and stand your ground laws. That might be interesting. Victoria Beckham. Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. Spice Girl,
Mhm.
posh, you know it.
Mhm. Mhm.
She's coming on October 9th. This one coming on October 9th. Step
Mhm.
into Victoria Beckham's London atelier as the Spice Girl turned powerhouse designer opens up about her life while preparing for Paris Fashion Week. I won't be watching that, but anyways. But that's it.
Oh,
That's that.
one more is the Splinter Cell Death Watch. That's basically an anime that comes out October 14th.
Okay. I didn't see that on my
Yeah,
list.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah.
It's on the list here, but yeah, but it's okay. But yeah, nobody. Oh, did you say nobody wants this season 2? Or
No, I think maybe this is kind of going off of the Netflix
yeah, yeah,
stuff, so
yeah.
I'm not seeing all of it.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, okay. That's basically it. So this ends this episode of the Next Take podcast. The Next Take podcast is available on all podcast platforms. We also have a website called Tanika.
Next Take podcast.podpage.io.
And where else we at?
Facebook and Instagram at Next Take Podcast, and Twitter, TikTok, and Blue Sky at Next Take Pod.
Sure. And you can contact us on email at mikeltanika@gmail.com. That's mikeltanika@gmail.com. So yeah, we just basically named our the stuff that we watch on Netflix in September. Uh, if you find any of the content on Netflix interesting, and some that that were off from Netflix are interesting, you can check them out by listening to this episode. Uh, but yeah, that's basically it until next month in October. Uh, yeah, I have nothing else to say other than enjoy watching these shows, and that's it basically.
Yep.
You have anything else to say, Tamika?
Um, no, just again, as a reminder, we're heading into Halloween or Halloween series. So
Hmm. Hmm.
yeah, we have fun stuff coming. So the next or the first episode for that will come out next Thursday.
Okay, all right, sounds good. Okay, so I'm Mikal, and
And I'm Tanika.
we're out until
Tomorrow.
tomorrow. All right, peace, guys.
Bye.